On your side, this is NBC 12 News at 4:30 on CW Richmond.
On the eve of the one-year mark of Charlottesville's deadly Unite the Right rally, the National Park Service approves a permit for another rally from the same group this weekend in Washington, D.C. The approval comes one day after a state of emergency was declared in Charlottesville in order to provide more police resources. Now both Charlottesville and D.C. are preparing for the possibility of large demonstrations. Let's go out live to downtown Richmond now. Another hot and humid day, but there is some good news. It's not as hot as it was yesterday. Here's meteorologist Jim Duncan. Jim, how's it looking right now?
Yeah.
Officers were called out to Joplin Avenue near Jeff Davis and Hopkins just before 1 this morning. When police got to the scene, they found one man dead and another suffering from a gunshot wound. Thankfully, that victim is expected to survive. So far, police don't have much to go on. Anyone with info is urged to give Crime Stoppers a call. The head of GRTC is leaving the company. The Richmond Times-Dispatch is reporting CEO David Green is moving on at the end of the month. No word yet on why he's leaving. It comes less than 2 months after the launch of the $65 million Pulse bus line. Now we're learning some of those kids were being trained to commit school shootings. NBC's Gadi Schwartz is in New Mexico with the latest. Gadi, thank you. The Trump administration is imposing more sanctions against Russia for the poisoning of a former Russian spy and his daughter. British Prime Minister Theresa May said Russia was to blame, and the UK expelled 23 Russian diplomats. But Russia says the sanctions from the U.S. are not only, quote, categorically unacceptable, but, quote, illegal. Now to the latest on the renovations happening at Richmond's Monroe Park. The Richmond Times-Dispatch is reporting the fence around the park is set to come down August 29th. Some work will continue until a ribbon-cutting ceremony scheduled for the end of September. The park in the heart of VCU's campus has been under major renovation since 2016. Now in Richmond, where there's a push to make sure every child has a library card and a book to read. The second annual Library Out Loud Festival kicks off this weekend at 2 Richmond public libraries. And this really is a festival, so there will be singers and dancers, poetry readings, and even some food trucks. The Richmond Public Library System's mission is to inform, enrich, and empower, but they need to get people in their doors and reading.
Reading is important.
The goal is to get at least 100 people to sign up for library cards. The Library Out Loud Festival will be at the libraries on East Franklin Street and Hull Street, and the fun begins at noon this Saturday, August 11th. We'll be watching to see if all of the hard work over at the Redskins training camp is actually paying off. Tonight at 7:30, the Redskins take on the New England Patriots. It's their first preseason game of the year. The Redskins will be back in Richmond Saturday for a joint practice with the New York Jets. Students from Central Virginia will take center stage on the Today Show tomorrow morning. They're heading to New York City to perform live with Grammy-nominated musician and Mechanicsville native Jason Mraz. AJ Nwoko caught up with them as they rehearse for the big show. What an inspiring story, AJ. This isn't Sparks' first time working with Mraz, by the way. Several students were featured in the music video for Have It All. All right, ALDI, the German-owned grocery chain, is bringing more fresh organic products to its U.S. customers. That includes organic meat, salad bowls, sliced fruit, gourmet cheese, and baked goods. As part of the company's aggressive growth plan that includes adding hundreds of new stores by 2022. The nationwide rollout of the new products will continue through early 2019. All right, summer is definitely still in full swing, but Starbucks is already thinking about fall, specifically when it comes to pumpkin spice. Starting next week, customers can enjoy their favorite seasonal flavors. Starbucks is also introducing 2 new products sold exclusively in grocery stores: pumpkin spice cookie straws and Starbucks spice flavored K-Cups. All right, the Richmond Jazz Festival takes place at Maymont this weekend with Gladys Knight headlining, but events leading up to the festival kick off tonight. There are 2 great spots to check out incredible jazz acts. The VMFA on Boulevard and Hardywood Brewery in Richmond will both be hosting Jazz Fest kickoff parties tonight. There will also be food and drinks if you're looking for dinner plans. And NBC 12 wants to give you a VIP Jazz Festival experience. The VIP experience includes 2 tickets to each day of the festival, complimentary food and drinks, and special seating near the Virginia's for Lovers stage. Enter now on the NBC 12 News app and make sure you do it by noon tomorrow. Still ahead, the allergy medicine you need to stop using immediately. And great news for anyone who dreams to work from home. Amazon hiring hundreds of virtual employees. So up next, we'll tell you what the online giant is looking for so you can decide if the job is right for you.
In the First Alert Traffic Center.
Good work, Candace. Thank you. All right, now to this On Your Side alert. CVS recalling its 12-hour sinus nasal mist. Well, the CDC says the CVS store brand spray could be contaminated with a potentially deadly bacteria for people with certain conditions. So the FDA says they have not yet received any reports of anyone getting sick from using the spray, but anyone who bought it should stop using it and return it or throw it away. A 3-judge panel in California has rejected former Stanford swimmer Brock Turner's appeal for a new trial. The panel also upheld his sexual assault and attempted rape charges. Back in 2016, a jury convicted Turner of sexually assaulting an intoxicated and unconscious woman after they left a frat party. Turner filed an appeal, claiming that the evidence presented at trial did not support the convictions. Turner could petition the California Supreme Court to consider his appeal. Weeks after a Kansas woman's home exploded, she learned that the 2 of her most cherished belongings survived the blast. Ashley Nadeau made it out of her house with her family and dogs, but she couldn't find 2 of her cats in time. She received the shock of a lifetime when the demolition crew found one of her cats in a pipe. Nadeau returned to the house on the off chance of finding the other cat, and lo and behold, she found him under a pile of rubble. The veterinarian who treated the cats say cats are surprisingly resilient.
And just kind of go into.
Dr. Albright says both cats are doing well considering what they've been through. And although Nadeau lost her home and belongings, she says everything that matters made it out safely. All right, Amazon wants to pay you to work from home. The online retail giant wants to fill more than 200 virtual jobs ranging in a variety of fields like employee relations, cloud computing, software development, and senior regional logistics leader. Hired virtual workers will receive the same standard employee benefits as full-time workers. Now, this includes a discount also on Amazon merchandise sold and shipped by the retailer. All right, vaccines. That's a controversial subject as we prepare for the new school year. While some states and schools require children to be up to date with their shots, some allow parents to opt out for reasons unconscious. Haley Hernandez has more.
Baylor College.
All right, the Richmond SPCA is joining the viral LIPSYNC challenge. The shelter just debuted the video on Facebook last night and has already been shared hundreds of times. They said they had the time of their lives shooting this video, and guess what? We can tell. I almost want to sing along to it, but you don't want to hear that. That's all our time now at 4:30. The news at 5 is just minutes away on NBC 12. See you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place.